Welcome to Columbia Business Trends, a joint production of the Lake City Columbia County Chamber of Commerce and Florida Gateway College. Columbia Business Trends keeps you informed on what's happening in the business community in Lake City and Columbia County and upcoming events. Now, the hosts of Columbia Business Trends, Danielle Decker and Noah Walker.
Hello and welcome to Columbia Business Trends. I'm Danielle Decker.
And I'm Noah Walker. On this edition of Columbia Business Trends, we'll have stories of interest to the business community.
We'll start with the annual legislative breakfast. Chamber members got a chance to hear from elected officials to find out the latest on pending and approved legislation. Carrie Hagler was at Florida Gateway College for the breakfast and has more for Columbia Business Trends.
More than 100 chamber members attended this year's breakfast. State Senator Charlie Dean spoke first. Dean is retiring this year from the legislature and says he's going to miss visiting Lake City for the annual breakfast. Senator Rob Bradley of Green Cove Springs has seen his Senate district change. His new district will include Columbia County.
I represent Clay, Bradford, and Alachua County. And apparently, even though that's a perfect circle of a district, that district was gerrymandered according to the Florida Supreme Court. And so my new district includes 11 counties, and I'm blessed to have Columbia County included in those 11 counties.
Two-term state representative Elizabeth Porter told the crowd that she's proud of the accomplishments of this year's legislative session in Tallahassee.
We have, as a legislature, passed over $1 billion with a B dollars in tax cuts over the last 2 years for the citizens and the businesses of the state of Florida. And I feel like we will continue to go down that path, and I know Senator Bradley and I will both be highly supportive of that.
County Commissioner Scarlett Forcina spoke last. The commissioner gave an update on the ongoing road projects in Columbia County.
Some of you may have noticed Sisters Welcome is under construction right now. They're doing a complete reconstruction of the asphalt roadway. Swanee Valley Road is also reconstruction of the asphalt roadway, and they're doing some lane widening and drainage improvements. In the immediate future, we have King and Malden roads that will be under reconstruction with the lane widening and drainage improvements. Mount Carey, construction of asphalt paved road over an existing county dirt road, and Real Road we'll be doing an extension of Real Road and its utilities connecting around to Bascom Norris.
This is the first time in many years that the Chamber Breakfast has been held at Florida Gateway College. I'm Carrie Hagler for Columbia Business Trends.
Each year, the Chamber recognizes the small and large businesses of the year. 3 companies are nominated in each category. Here are the nominees for Small Business of the Year.
The first nominee in the small business category is the North Central Florida Advertiser. The Advertiser has been in business for 57 years and has published an edition each and every week since it began. Each week, the company sends out 32,000 copies. The company has 3 part-time and 10 full-time employees, but the weekly edition of the Advertiser is just part of what is done by the company. They also produce 6 other publications.
We want to see our customer grow and succeed. Our customer is normally the smaller business person or the local business person, so we try to grow in our own knowledge so that we can help them be able to succeed. But then we also have the everyday reader, who is the most important component of our business, because without that person, then our businesses would have no one to market to.
One of the major community projects taken on by the company each year is the March of Dimes Signature Chef Auction.
The Advertiser has been a media sponsor and provided generous free advertising for our event, bump up our attendance, and without question led to a higher attendance than we would have had without it.
Nominated for Small Business of the Year, the North Central Florida Advertiser. Joy Lazat's company is a bit different than other CPA firms. She doesn't just do tax preparation, but she's interested in helping her clients grow their business. She offers customized service to fit the needs of businesses. Among those services are oversight accounting for small and mid-sized companies, coaching, system designs, and determining where a business owner wants their company to be in 1, 3, or 10 years.
We are the opposite of a full-service CPA firm, and we only work with clients that are wanting to grow. So that can typically mean that they're wanting to grow their revenues, they want to hire more people, they eventually want to sell in the next 3 to 5 years, or they want to add another location. And so there's a lot of things that have to happen in order for them to reach those goals.
Dive Right of Lake City has used Joy Lazat's CPA services for quite some time now. Lamar Hires of Dive Right says his company is very pleased with the work that's being done.
When we started working with Joy, she's been a pleasant change from our past CPAs in that she helps us think and plan for the future. Just doesn't tell us what we've done, but helps us plan to where we want to go with things. She's done really good with keeping us focused on what's important.
Nominated for Small Business of the Year, Joy Lazat, CPA. Dr. Celia Martin has been a practicing orthodontist in Lake City for many years, treating both adults and children. She says one of the best gifts a parent can give their kids is a beautiful smile. She and her staff treat patients at the office on State Road 47. Dr. Martin says she plans to stay in this community and wants to help kids get the best education possible.
The kids are our community. They're our future. You know, I plan to be in this community for the rest of my life. My nephews are coming up. They've just gotten their dental degrees. And I want to be able to hire the people in this community. And I think education is hugely important. I think self-esteem for these children is hugely important. The way I see government going, it's going to be more of a business's responsibility to step up and make sure that all of our schools are good schools.
An example of how Dr. Martin cares for the school children in Columbia County is the fact that each year she pays for the daily planners for all kids in 2nd through 5th grade at Westside Elementary.
The planners are quite expensive, and it's important for our 2nd through 5th graders. They're the ones that receive the planners. It teaches them organization. They jot down their homework assignments and their classwork, important events coming up. But the cornerstone to a really successful school is good communication between the parents and the teachers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final nominee for Small Business of the Year, Martin Orthodontics.
Now here are the nominees for the Chamber's Large Business of the Year.
The first nominee in the large business category is Busy Bee B&B Food Stores. The company employs 300 people and operates 20 stores. In those stores across North Florida, customers can find a full line of items, including clothing, gourmet food, accessories, jewelry, and items made just for Busy Bee. One of the newest locations for Busy Bee is the store in Live Oak. The company is proud of the cleanliness of their locations, so much so that they brag on billboards of their clean restrooms.
We do. We consider ourselves more of a luxury convenience store. We started off as a service station and then realized the need for convenience back in the beginning of our company. So we grew into convenience, and now we also have gift stores at a lot of our locations. We also offer things like milkshakes and pizzas, hot dogs, you name it. We plan on being one-stop shopping.
Busy Bee is very busy in the communities they serve. Each year, the company is involved with a youth program and the livestock showing at the Columbia County Fair. And the company sponsors the annual Snow Day in downtown Lake City each December.
It's not an inexpensive event, and having Busy Bee on board has really kicked up the event in its entirety. They have given so many people opportunities for Christmas that they wouldn't ordinarily have.
Ladies and gentlemen, nominated for Large Business of the Year, Busy Bee B&B Food Stores. The next nominee in the large business category is People's State Bank. People's State Bank began in 1997 as the brainchild of local business leaders whose goal was to start a new community bank for Columbia County. The promise of a new community-owned and operated bank was well received, and the bank began business in 1998. Today, People's State Bank operates 2 branches in Lake City, as well as an office dedicated to investments.
We see some things. I think business has picked up. We can tell a little bit by, hopefully the deposits in our business accounts seem to be growing a little bit. So that tells me that somebody's buying something. So I think we still need to see some more construction going on with the homes. Hopefully that's going to pick up this year. But overall, I think the county is on a big growth spree.
People's State Bank not only serves the needs of their customers, but also strives to meet the needs of the community as a whole. Bank employees are involved in several charities, including the Swanee Valley United Way.
I think that they have a very strong participation rate in the employees contributing to United Way, and they have done a campaign since the day they opened their business.
Ladies and gentlemen, nominated for Large Business of the Year, People's State Bank. The final nominee in the large business category is Rountree-Moore Automotive Group. The company has been part of the greater Lake City area since 1925. Rountree-Moore sells vehicles the old-fashioned way. That's when customers visit the lot. Many of the vehicles are sold to customers who visit the company website. In 2015, Rountree-Moore sold nearly 6,000 new and used vehicles. Company boss Andy Moore believes Rountree-Moore is so successful because of its employees.
We've got close to 300 people now that are employed with us. And it's a number that I would have never dreamed in my wildest dreams that we will have grown and have succeeded as well as we have. We were a winner of the Business of the Year several years ago, but it's a tremendous honor because, gosh, when you look at the other businesses that we're competing with, there are some mighty good people out there.
Rountree-Moore has supported many initiatives in the community, including educational programs. And Rountree-Moore has awarded academic scholarships to students from Columbia High School attending Florida Gateway College. And the Battle of Olustee Festival, held each February in downtown Lake City.
Rountree-Moore has been a sponsor of ours for a very long time and has been a great partner of the Blue Gray Army and the festival. Without community partners such as Rountree, we wouldn't be able to have this event for the community to enjoy.
The final nominee in the large business category, Rountree-Moore Automotive Group.
The winners of the Small Business of the Year were Joy Lazat CPA. The winner of the Large Business of the Year was Rountree-Moore Automotive Group. And our Citizen of the Year was Jill Adams from Lake City Medical Center.
April was Springs Awareness Month across Florida. Bellamy Beaver, the Itchtuckney Springs Partnership mascot, did his part by visiting the springs in southern Columbia County and posed for photos with State Representative Elizabeth Porter of Lake City and Swanee River Water Management District Executive Director Noah Vallenstein. The Itchtuckney Springs is a vital part of the Columbia County economy. The legislature has approved funding that will benefit Florida's springs.
No one really gave the springs a second thought. And after much work from various members of the House and Senate up in this part of the state, we have managed to get some real recognition and some interest and some dollars to go towards springs protection and springs restoration.
You've seen funding from the state go from almost zero to more than $50 million this year. And so that's a testament to the partnership, education, and commitment of the public.
Florida has more first magnitude springs than any other state, according to the latest information available. The Itchtuckney Springs has an economic impact of more than $28 million a year.
In February, an Amtrak train headed from New Orleans to Jacksonville and made a stop in Lake City. Several years ago, the train called the Sunset Limited traveled routinely between Louisiana and Florida, but has since stopped. The goal of Amtrak is to one day restart that route. On board the train were dignitaries including Congresswoman Corinne Brown of Jacksonville. Amtrak has until September to analyze information collected along the route and then try to get an appropriation from Congress for funding.
Stay with us. We have more Columbia business trends coming up after this short break.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
As a paramedic, you have your own goals and a journey to follow. And that's why Florida Gateway College offers a bridge to success, starting from where you are now.
I wanted more in the medical field. I wanted a steadier pace.
That's why we offer licensed paramedics a way to become a registered nurse in a little over a year.
I love being a nurse. You want to know why? Because I'm making a difference.
Start your journey today at Florida Gateway College.
On each edition of Columbia Business Trends, we take a look back at what was happening in the business community in years gone by. Here's a look back at 20 years ago in Columbia County.
Prison chain gangs, money for education, and no new taxes were just part of the discussion with Columbia County's legislative delegation and local business leaders. But the topic that dominated the meeting was a small business and small county bill that passed the House and the Senate unanimously but was vetoed by the governor.
To use the word fight, there's a basic disagreement with the governor's office on some of these issues. The big issue that I have a great interest in is the agency rules reform bill, trying to get a handle on rules, regulations, and red tape.
Economic growth in North Florida is a concern for the business people gathered at the Lake City Holiday Inn. Lake City Representative Randy Mackey says help from the state is something he's working on.
To get rid of the rules, that's part of that package. They're just, and if you've been reading Florida Trend or any of these magazines that are periodicals for business communities, they're all saying it's the red tape in Florida that's just killing us. And they're looking at other areas and not Florida when they want to relocate.
In August of 1995, the Lake City Medical Center announced a plan to expand the hospital. But to do that, they need to build the brand new facility on land west of Lake City on Highway 90. Mike McKee filed this report on the project and how the medical center is keeping up with the latest trends in health care.
The Lake City Medical Center has been in business for nearly 40 years, and officials there want to make the hospital a state-of-the-art facility. They're going to build a new complex on Highway 90 West. A $20 million, 110,000 square foot hospital will provide even better outpatient services.
Trying to make it more user-friendly for outpatients and to have a facility here that'll be around for another 40 years. Patients will come in and outpatients will be all in one location so they don't have to go running around the hospital. It'll be, again, you come into one area, you register, you stay in that area, you get all your services done and you go home. Same for outpatient surgery. You come in, you never see a patient room, you have your surgery done and you go home that same day.
Cost, of course, is a major concern for healthcare providers, and the Lake City Medical Center claims lower cost to patients over the past few years.
Decreased our cost per admission from about $4,500 per admission down to about $3,800. And in the long term, that's really where we're going to compete the best. And at $3,800 per admission, that's probably lower than most every other hospital in the Gainesville area.
Several new businesses have opened in Lake City and Columbia County in the past few months, and several others hosted chamber mixers to give members an opportunity to meet and network. Here's the latest edition of Ribbons and Mixers.
The Cancer Center in Lake City is now open to take care of patients. The complex on State Road 47 is operated by Lake City Medical Center. One of the unique aspects of the practice is a machine called the Varian Medical Systems TrueBeam. This device can pinpoint cancer cells and treat it without damaging healthy cells in the human body. There are no other machines like this one from Jacksonville to Tampa.
And with a TrueBeam, you actually can take a cone beam CT, an actual three-dimensional image of the structures inside the body, including the target, the tumor, and we can actually line up to that now. That gives us millimeter accuracy with our treatments every day, which cuts down a lot on our treatment-related side effects, helps the patients overall.
Lake City's newest tire store is now in business on US 90 West. Discount Tire held a ribbon cutting, and unlike other tire stores, Discount sells only tires and doesn't offer oil changes or mechanic work. The Eye Center of North Florida hosted a chamber mixer at their office on State Road 247. The Eye Center of North Florida has not only an optometrist, but also a licensed ophthalmologist to take care of patients with eye problems. Whether it's eyeglasses or more serious issues with vision, the staff is trained to help with the problem. Lake City's newest hotel is open for business on Florida Gateway Boulevard. Home to Suites is a franchise of Hilton Hotels. Home to Suites caters to customers who typically stay for an extended period of time, and it's targeted to business and leisure travelers. The hotel chain has plans to expand into Mexico and Canada in the future.
Home to Suites is a new brand Hilton Hotels came out with a few years back, and I think they have about 120 open in the country. There are about 300 franchises already signed. We expect this brand to grow rapidly in the country, and we are doing exceptionally well in Lake City.
A Columbia County native has opened his own law firm, and he's moved to a new location. The Chamber held a grand opening and ribbon cutting to celebrate. Kuhn Legal is now located at the intersection of Baya Drive and South Main Boulevard. Travis Kuhn has been in practice for several years in the Third Circuit, and with his practice growing, he needed more room. Kuhn says he specializes in several types of law.
This has been great, a lot of hard work. I really appreciate everyone for coming today. Thank you.
Sonny's Barbecue on US 90 West celebrated the restaurant's remodeling. Customers now have access to the great barbecue with a drive-through service. The addition of drive-through is something that has worked very well at other Sonny locations in Florida.
We've put in a bar which allows folks to have a lot more fun. They've got TVs, they've got the opportunity to sit with some friends, and you know, a lot of folks think that they get a little bit quicker service, they get seated quicker, they get up close and personal with the barbecue. You can see it being prepared.
St. Leo University celebrated their 20th anniversary with an open house. The St. Leo Lake City Center has seen thousands of students pass through their doors over the years and graduate with bachelor's degrees in elementary education, psychology, business, and other types of degrees. The Lake City Center is located on the Florida Gateway College campus.
Normally they're Florida Gateway students that are graduated with their AA, and they come here and it's a smooth and easy transition. They're familiar with the campus, they're familiar with us, they see us on campus quite a bit, and it's just a smooth and easy transition for them, and then they've gone on to be successful.
1000 Degree Pizza in the Lake City Mall held its grand opening, and the Chamber helped celebrate. Restaurant owners gave away free pizza before the opening to have customers give it a try. Now 1000 Degree Pizza is open for business, and one of the things that makes this restaurant unique is that customers can build their own pizza by choosing their favorite cheese and ingredients. Zoe's Collections Boutique is now open next door to Skip's Deli on Main Boulevard. Zoe's caters to women and their fashion needs. The store is owned by Lori Gabi, and it features items like the Giving Keys, and is an authorized Southern Darling retailer. Zoe's also offers online shopping, and one of the unique aspects of the business is part of the proceeds of Zoe's goes to charity.
So a portion of our profits are donated to local and international missions. So we also try to carry other brands that give back, like the Giving Keys and other companies like that. Our storefront is open Tuesday through Saturday, but you can shop 24/7 online.
First Federal Bank of Lake City hosted a chamber mixer at their Lake City Mall location. First Federal Bank of Florida remains one of the strongest banks in the state, enhancing its products and services to meet the financial needs of the area. From its origins in Live Oak as a savings and loan association, First Federal has grown steadily to a full-service financial institution. And that's the Columbia Business Trends Ribbons and Mixers.
The Chamber will host the annual Independence Day celebration on July 4th. In 2012, the event was moved from downtown Lake City to the Columbia County Fairgrounds, and the Chamber has had a record crowd ever since. The Chamber found those who attend have more room to spread out and enjoy the show. There will be plenty of space for parking, children are able to run around and play, and the event will feature vendors selling food. Thousands of people are able to come and experience North Florida's best fireworks display. Several local businesses make the 4th of July fireworks possible. The gates will open at 5 p.m. and the fireworks will begin at sundown on July 4th.
There are a lot of events on the calendar for the Lake City Columbia County Chamber in the next few weeks. Here's a look at those events and dates.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Columbia Business Trends. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to find out more information about the Chamber, give us a call at 752-3690 or visit our website at lakecitychamber.com. You can also find the latest edition of Columbia Business Trends online.